Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is Pool Chapter 30. This one is titled Stormy Nights. The minute his back was turned, your face fell. So kind, you thought sarcastically, leaving me alone in the hot springs when all I wanted was to be with you. Feeling quite put out by his lack of consideration for your personal desires, you decided you would indeed go and enjoy the hot springs. So without another thought, you marched off to your cabin to get your things for the bath. No, I am going to enjoy the hot springs. I've come here to relax, so relax it will be. I need to stop thinking about him and just focus on myself. You pulled your cabin door open and walked in, grabbing a towel and a small bag of necessary items, then left, determined to have a nice time. As you left, you noticed the wind had picked up and your hair flew around a bit, making you tuck your chin in to pull your head down and avoid being whipped in the face with your loose strands. Bit windy, you thought as you looked up at the rapidly darkening sky. The sun was setting, but there was also some very dark clouds rolling in now. These must be the clouds that were gathering in the distance earlier. Gripping your things closer to your body, you picked up the pace and trotted to the bathhouse entrance, then followed the signs to the smaller teacher's pool at the end of the hall. Well, this is nice, you thought, as you entered the private pool and looked around. It didn't take you long to put your things down and undress, then make your way to the showers to rinse off and hop into the outdoor pool. The minute your body was submerged in the relaxing heat, you melted. I don't even care that Aizawa isn't here. This is wonderful. You lay your head back against the rocks and listened to the wind that was whipping around the bamboo fencing surrounding the pool. Good thing there's a fence around the pool, otherwise it would be a lot more windy in here, but I can't feel anything. It does sound like it's getting worse though. Worriedly, you raised your head and popped an eye open to look around, your gaze being pulled towards the treetops nearby that were flicking around wildly. I think I'll leave soon. Unable to relax now that there was a pretty severe storm brewing, you decided to hop out and go and check on the girls at least. If they were still in the pool, you would suggest that they get out, and then go and ask Aizawa to get the boys out. Pulling yourself from the delicious warmth, you turned, naked, to walk out of the pool, and as you lifted a foot to step out of the water, you looked up and your gaze fell on Aizawa as he stood motionless in the doorway. Utter mortification graced your face, and you quickly dropped down into the water like you were going to try and disappear down some kind of hole and escape to another country. Apologies, his deep voice said as he averted his tired eyes. It's dark. I didn't see anything. Like hell you didn't see anything, you liar, you screamed internally, still too traumatized to speak. There's a storm coming, he stated. I've alerted the male students and told them to go to their cabins immediately. I was coming here to ask you to do the same for the girls. Yeah, that's why I was getting out, you stammered softly. I was just going to do that. Good, he replied, turning and leaving without another word. He just saw me naked, full frontal, breasticles and vajungle all out there swinging in the breeze like, hello, good afternoon. You grimaced and sobbed internally as you wrapped your arms around your submerged body. I don't want to see his face ever again. I cannot look at him the same ever again. Still completely shattered, you pulled yourself up out of the water and grabbed for your towel to dry off. Yaoyorozu, you greeted your student 10 minutes later in the hall of the bathhouse. Aizawa has suggested everyone vacate the pools and go to the cabins, as there's a storm on its way. Yes, Miss Lin, I've already directed the girls to finish up. They've all left and I'm just doing one last check to make sure that we didn't leave anything behind. Oh, well done, you praised her with a smile. You make my job easier. She beamed from ear to ear, bouncing on her toes a little. It's my pleasure, Miss Lin. You nodded and then fell in step with her. Wonderful. Now stay in the cabins and I'll let Aizawa know that you're all safe. I'm assuming it will be a rather large storm, but it should blow over quickly, judging from all this wind. Understood, Yaoyorozu replied. Please get to your cabin as soon as possible too, Miss Lin. I would hate for something to happen to you. I'll be fine, thank you for your concern though, Yaoyorozu. More smiles were exchanged, and then she jogged off to the girls' cabin, and you shielded your eyes and made a run for Aizawa's. Oh, I have to face this mother trucker again so soon, you wailed as you hopped up onto his porch and knocked at the door. He pulled it open, in his baggy black pants and white shirt with his hair tied in a man bun, and it took your breath away for a second. Oh, all cabins, you stammered. Silence. Oh, sorry, they're all in their cabins. Everyone's safe. you said quickly, mentally smacking yourself with your hand. He nodded and stepped back to let you in. Come in. I just wanted to go over tomorrow's itinerary with you. You mechanically stepped inside, startling a little when you heard thunder rumble in the distance. Big storm coming, you commented, his looks regressing your speech to that of a 3-year-old. He nodded again, and you sat down stiffly in the chair by his desk, where he had his laptop set up with a cup of coffee beside it. Okay, tomorrow morning. He started his monotone monologue, and your eyes were glued to his face, mostly detailing his jawline and the way his lips moved, and before you knew it, you had entered your own little fantasy and his voice was just white noise in the background. Will that be okay? He asked, making your eyes snap up to his. Yes, you said quickly, having zero idea what you just agreed to. Good, that's done then, he said, sitting back and then standing up. I'll let you go to your cabin before this storm sets in. Will you be okay? Yeah, I'll be fine, you said confidently, getting up and strolling behind him to the door. The minute he opened it, a huge gust of wind forced it wide open in his hand, blowing a ton of leaves into the room as another, closer, loud clap of thunder sounded. Oh, let's see how this goes. That's the end of chapter 30. Stay tuned for chapter 31.